Hello and welcome, my dear student, of today's lesson, which is going to be about writing. Inshallah, this lesson will be different. Inshallah, we are going to write. Okay, so this is a major skill in English, which is writing, just like reading, speaking, or even listening. Okay, today, inshallah, let's see the objectives. What we are going to do is this. We are going to analyze a text to its main points. We are going to see a text or some text, okay, and we are going to analyze it to the main points. Number 2, write notes about a sport. Number 3, label each part of the plan. And finally, we are going to organize an activity steps. Okay, we are going to organize an activity steps. And to start with, I would like to show you this picture. Okay, now can anyone tell me which kind of sport is this? What do we call this? Okay, we call it ice hockey. Okay, ice hockey. Now look carefully to the picture, and please, can you see here the men or the players, okay, how they shoot, okay, the bunks or using the sticks, okay, what kind of sticks and what they are wearing. Look at their outfit, okay, they are wearing a helmet, okay, a big helmet over their heads, okay, a stick, they are using a stick also, okay, banding for knees, okay, eye, elbow too, okay, to protect them from being harmed, okay. All of these is called ice hockey. Now, let's go, and I want you to open your book, page 28, okay, 28. Why? Because we are going to do something important now, which is, do you know ice hockey? As I said earlier, okay? Do you know how ice hockey played? Okay? How do we play the ice hockey? Today, inshallah, I'm gonna show you how we can play an ice hockey. Look at the picture and guess. Okay? Look at the picture and guess. Then we are going to read the first part of the text and label the different parts of the ice hockey rink. Okay, the ice hockey rink. It means we call it like the square or ring of hockey. Okay, we call it ice hockey rink. Okay, and of course your team is on the left. Now look at this picture here. Okay, we have this picture. Now we are going to do what? You are going to read the first part of the text and label the different parts of the ice hockey rink. Okay, now look at the rink here. This is the ice hockey rink. Okay, and we have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Number 6. Okay, so here he already gave us number 2. It's called defending zone. Okay, the ice hockey rink number 2 here, between the red line and the blue line, is called defending zone. Don't forget that you are on the left side, okay, on the left side. So the opponent on the right one. So here, number 1, let's start. We are going actually to read, okay, to read this, and then you are going to find which one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are going to label all of these. Okay, so please focus and let's get started. Please listen to the audio script. Listen to the audio script.
Page 28. 10. Writing.
1. Ice hockey is played on a rink that is 200 feet, 61 meters, long, and 85 feet, 26 meters, wide, with painted lines to indicate various zones. The area behind the blue line of a team's side is called its defending zone. The area behind the opponent's blue line is the attacking zone, and the area between the blue lines is the neutral zone. There are two sets of goalposts at either end of the rink, with a net attached behind them. The red line between the two posts is the goal line. The area in front of the goal is called the crease.
Okay, now, as you can see here, okay, we have lines, the red line, the blue line, and the area between them. Okay, the area between them. Now, look at the area here at the center, number 3. Okay, as you can read, okay, ice hockey is played on a rink that is 200 feet, about 61 meters long, and 85 feet, 26 meters wide. Okay, painted lines to indicate various zones. So we have now how many zones? We have 3 zones actually. Okay, the first one is called defending zone. The area behind, or also the area behind the blue line of a team's side is called defending zone, which is the area behind the blue one. This is the defending zone for each team, okay, behind the blue line. What about the area behind the opponent's blue line? What about the opponents? The opponents, I mean الخصم, okay? So here we are calling it as attacking zone, okay? Attacking zone. Here we have defending and attacking. What about this zone between the attacking and the defending one? We have the neutral zone, okay? The neutral zone. And the area between the two blue lines is the neutral one. There are 2 sets of goal posts, okay? Goal posts. We have the first one and the second one, the goal posts, at either end of the rink with a net attached, okay? We have a net, okay, attached to the goal posts. Very good. Now, behind them, of course, the red line between the 2 posts is the goal line, okay? So the red line behind the goal post is the goal line. The area in front of a goal is called the crease. The area in front of goal is called the crease, okay? Now, I want you to help me with that. Let's start with number 1. What do you think number 1 is? Number 1 is the goal post, okay, or goal posts. We have 2 goal posts, of course. We have number 1 here is a goal post. Number 2, defending zone, okay. Number 3, do you remember the area or the zone between the 2 zones here? Yes, it's called the neutral zone. Number 4, this one, what do we call it? Very good, which is the attacking zone after the blue line. Number 5, the red line here, what do we call it? The goal line, the goal line. And finally, number 6 is going to call the crease, okay? It's called the crease. Very good, guys. Now, let's move to number 2. And what are we going to do is this. We are going to read and find out, okay, how many players does each team have? Okay, how many players does each team have, and what kind of players are they? What is the objective of the game? What kind of equipment do players use? What is allowed? What does mean allowed? Allowed means you can do it, okay? You can do it. مسموح لك بفعل. And what is not allowed? غير مسموح لك بفعل. What are body checks and why are they used? How does the puck move? And finally, how long are the penalties? Okay, so these are the questions you are going to answer, inshallah, after you read. And of course, you can pause the video, okay, while you are going to find the answer, okay? But I need you first to read, then come back to the questions. Okay, now let's move to answer these questions. Let's start with number 1. How many players does each team have? Actually, they have 6 players. Okay, 6 players. 3 are the attacking, 2 defending, and the goaltender. The goaltender. In football matches, we call them the goalkeeper. But here in ice hockey, we call them the goaltender. Okay, so 6 players, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and goaltender. Number 2. What is the objective of the game? Objective, الهدف, okay, of the game. And the objective is to score goals by shooting the puck, okay, or into the opponent's net, okay, by shooting using the stick itself, okay, and shooting the puck. And what is the puck? Okay, the puck, which is a hard, curved or bold thing that we can shoot, okay, in order to score. Number 3. What kind of equipment, المعدات أو الأشياء الخاصة that players can use? Okay, what are the equipment? As I said earlier at the beginning of this lesson, okay, what are they wearing? Okay, so they wear helmet, padding, and of course helmet, padding, to avoid getting hurt. And don't forget that players use a stick. Okay, use a stick in order to shoot. Number 4, what is allowed and what is allowed? It's not allowed. Okay, players is not allowed to use their hands. They cannot use the hand in order to shoot the puck. Okay, they only use it with the stick. Okay, where can they use their hand, or unless they are in the defensive zone? Okay, do you remember the defensive and attacking zone? Very good. The defensive zone, they may redirect the puck only, okay, and any other part of their body, but not to kick it. Okay, so they can use any other kind of the body, okay, any part of the body to redirect the puck only, okay, not to shoot the puck. Number 5. What are body checks and why are they used? The answer is body checks are moves that involve pushing opponents. Okay, if you could push the opponent, okay, it's called body checks. And pushing opponents against the board that surround the rink. Okay, so the rink now it's surrounding by what? By boards. And actually you can see through these boards. So body shakes, we use it to push the opponents to against the board. Number 6, how does the puck move? And you know that the puck is pushed with a stick. By what? By players towards the opponent's net. Okay, and if it goes in, okay, so he scores. Okay, so here the opponent's nets are redirected with the players' bodies, but neither kicked nor pushed by a hand. Okay, so you cannot kick it or kick the puck, or you cannot push it by your hand. Finally, how long are the penalties? Okay, for example, in football matches, we give, for example, yellow card and red card. Okay, in ice hockey, they have penalties, as you read. Okay, and how long? They have actually up to 5 minutes, from 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, penalty. The referee could stop the player from playing. Okay, and he ordered him to get out of the rink. Okay, get out of the rink. Okay, let's go now to number 3. We are going to do what? Use the appropriate words or phrase as headings. Now, you have some phrase or some words. Okay, penalties, for example, moving the puck, equipment, players, stopping the game, and the rink. And as you can see here, we have number 1. Okay, sorry, we have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Actually, you have here 6 headings, and I want you to listen now to all of them. Then you are going to find the best heading to use. Okay, I will give you number one as an example. Number one is the rink. Why? Okay, because now I'm talking about the ice hockey itself. Okay, the ice hockey itself. So now I'm trying to what? Describe the rink and what is going about in the defending zone, the neutral one, the goal posts. Okay, so the rink is the first one. What about here? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so inshallah, now you are going to listen to the audio script and try to follow the audio script. Don't forget that number one is done for you, okay, to help you with number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's start, please.
Page 28. 10. Writing.
1. Ice hockey is played on a rink that is 200 feet, 61 meters, long, and 85 feet, 26 meters, wide, with painted lines to indicate various zones. The area behind the blue line of a team's side is called its defending zone. The area behind the opponent's blue line is the attacking zone, and the area between the blue lines is the neutral zone. There are 2 sets of goalposts at either end of the rink, with a net attached behind them. The red line between the 2 posts is the goal line. The area in front of the goal is called the crease. 2. Each team has 3 kinds of players: 3 forwards, the center and 2 wingers, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender. 3. The objective of the game is to score goals by shooting the puck, a hard rubber disc, into the opponent's net. The players control the puck with a long stick curved at one end. They also wear a lot of padding and helmets to avoid getting hurt. 4. Players are not allowed to use their hands in order to redirect the puck or pass it to their teammates unless they are in the defensive zone. They may redirect the puck with any other part of their bodies, but not kick it. 5. The boards surrounding the ice keep the puck in the rink and are used to body check opponents, i.e., push them against the boards in order to stop their progress. Play can also be stopped if a goal is knocked out of position. It is then restarted with a face-off, i.e., 2 players face each other on the ice and try to gain control of the puck that an official drops to the ice. 6. If an offensive player interferes with a goaltender's defense, he is given a penalty and sent to the penalty box for 2 to 5 minutes.
Okay, now let's go back, okay, and see here, penalties. I want you to use the heading, the appropriate heading. Moving the puck, equipment, players, stopping the game, and the rink. And the first one, as I said, is done for you. Now, let's move that out. Okay, let's go to number 2 now. Each team has 3 kinds of players. Okay, so what is the key words here? 3 forwards, the center and the 2 wingers, okay, and 2 defensive men and the goaltender. What do you think number 2 is? From the headings, of course. Okay, is it penalties, moving the puck, stopping the game, equipment, or players? Okay, let's see. Number 2 is talking about players. 3. The objective of the game is to score goals by shooting the puck. A hard rubber disc. And actually, look, what does it mean, a puck? Okay, it's a hard rubber disc. And now he is giving us a definition of the puck, which is we are shooting it to score. Okay, so the puck is a hard rubber disc. Okay, قرص مصنوع من المطاط. So into the opponent's net, the players control the puck with a long stick and curved at one end. Okay, curved at one end. They also wear a lot of padding and helmets to avoid getting hurt. Okay, so number 3 is talking actually about what? Helmet, he's using padding and stick, buck. Okay, so he's talking about the equipment المعدات الخاصة بالآيس هوكي. Number 4, players are not allowed to use their hands in order to redirect the puck. They are not allowed, okay? So what do you think the heading or the best heading here is moving the puck? Number 5, the boards surrounding the ice keep the puck in the rink and are used to what? To body check opponents, for example, i.e. push them against the boards in order to stop their progress. Okay, so now he's talking about what? He's talking about stopping the game. Finally, if an offensive player interferes with a goaltender's defense, he is given a penalty, okay, and sent to the penalty box for 2 to 5 minutes. And we are talking actually about penalties, okay, talking about penalties. Okay, as you can see now, you have a whole idea about the ice hockey. How can they play it? Okay, and a number of players. Okay, for example, the penalties, the equipment is used. Okay, and where with the rink, of course. You have all the information about the ice hockey, as we said. Now, what you are going to do is this: you are going to actually to write. Okay, but first you are going to choose, number 1, you are going to choose a sport or recreational activity. Okay, so here, this is how this is what you are going to write about. Okay, you are going to write about choosing a sport or recreational activity that you like doing. Number 2, think about the sport or activity and make notes, as I said earlier in the previous lessons. Okay, usually when you like to write, okay, you should make notes in the chart. Add more steps and stages if you like. I mean this chart, of course. Okay, as you can see here, you could add anything or make it shorter. It's up to you. For example, okay. So number 3, use your notes to write an email. Okay, so what is going to write? You are going to write an email to whom? Okay, to your friend, giving information about your sport or recreational activity. Okay, so first, let's see the writing corner here. When you write an email to a friend giving news and instructions, be careful. Number 1, okay, greet and sign off. You should greet and sign off. Greeting, for example, using hi, hello, my dear. Use only informal because you are writing to your friend. Okay, use informal letter as informal manner. Number 2, write as if, okay, you are speaking to your friend directly. Okay, don't use words like I would like or according to someone or something like that. No, speak to him directly, and you are going to write like this. Number 3, give what? Give your news. For example, school, a recent activity you have taken up. Okay, you could write or you could find anything you want. Number 4, if the reader doesn't know the sport or activity, if he doesn't know, for example, have you known about the ice hockey before? No, this may be the first time. Maybe for you, this is the first time you know about the ice hockey. Okay, so give details about what's involved and, of course, the stages and steps, how we can play this ice hockey. Okay, give details, a lot of details. 5, hand over, okay, the first draft to someone else to read and comment. Okay, hand over the draft when you write notes or email. Okay, give him to your brother, for example, or your father, your mother, anyone of your family to read and comment. Okay, finally, number 6, edit and rewrite it again. Okay, after the comment and after reading from your friend or your brother. Okay, now let's give you a very quick, for example. I used fishing, okay, the activity fishing. And where can you do this activity? Actually, you could do it at sea, a river, or even oceans, okay, when you like to fish. Very good. What can you do this when? Okay, time. For example, summer, winter. Actually, you could find it's up to the fishing season. Okay, some fish. Okay, they came to in summer, and some of them come in winter. Okay, so it depends on the fishing season. Okay, it depends. Do you need any special equipment for fishing? Yes, of course. We need a line, for example. We need a stick. We need a bait, for example, and of course a net for fishing. What do you have to do to prepare this activity? What is involved? What is involved in this activity, and how you can prepare it? Of course, you need time. Time management is very important for you. Okay, and of course the equipment. Sometimes you could use a boat. Okay, a good spot for fishing. So this kind of activities also need a good spot to find a good fish. A good fish. Very good. Now let's move to the other one. Why do you like this activity? Now we are talking about feelings, emotions. You have to express your emotions, your feelings. Okay, and you could find why, because it will develop your skills. My skills at fishing will be developed and gives you a good manner, for example, to be patient. Okay, to be patient, because when you fish, it means that you are going to have a long time. Okay, a long time in order to fish. Finally, would you recommend this sport activity to another? Yes, I do. Why? To learn how to be a good fisher and to be patient, of course, for my colleague. And of course for myself. Okay, and this is a type of what I want you to write about, which is an email. Okay, which in fishing, as you can see here, you could read all the email from Majid here to his friend Ali. Okay, and actually this was the last slide of our lesson of today, and let's go back to the objectives, analyzing a text to its main points, and we did that actually. Write notes about the sport and label each part of the plan. Finally, organize activity steps. Okay, and this was the final slide of our lesson of today, and I would like to thank all of you, my students. Inshallah, I will see you the next lesson.